Hey everybody, Seven here. And thank you so much for joining me in episode 17 and likely the finale for now of Planet Crafter. Now I say for now because there is a huge update that's coming literally any minute now. It is currently the 13th of February. So there is a large February update scheduled. It should have the next level of terraformation unlocked, and there should be at least some kind of critters coming along. So there's definite big things coming for this, and the second that that update drops, I will immediately be uploading something about it and showing off anything that's here. But for right now, I'm probably just gonna monkey around a little bit with maybe a few more tree spreaders or something like that, but ultimately the only thing that we've got left right now is to finish up the storyline. And that's pretty much it. Alrighty, so I just wanted to confirm that we do in fact have every unlock going right now. Yeah, I have access to this. I don't have it out yet. It really should be the next course of action. Oh crap, I completely forgot about that. Whoops. Alright, well, let's get that done. We'll get a couple of silk generators going, and then we'll head out and finish up the story. Well, clearly my algae situation is fixed. I just need to actually manually harvest it. A minor inconvenience, I suppose. I'm still very open to suggestions or interpretations as to why that was happening. I had mentioned in a video, and somebody actually commented on it about, because it's under here, like, is the game smart enough to make it need sunlight? It's a pretty advanced game. It's got a lot of really advanced programming and calculations that go on in it, so honestly, I think that that's probably a very real possibility. I mean, I haven't been able to prove otherwise. In fact, if anything, the evidence here has kind of suggested that putting it underneath a building will make it not grow. Man, I swear, it's no knock against this game. It's just every single game that has any kind of RNG in it. I promise you, there's some kind of ghost in the machine that always knows exactly what you're looking for, and it's gonna not give it to you. Oh, that's weird. I never noticed that there was an actual larva in there. Like when you have it processing. Neat. It was kind of a topic that was addressed back in, I think it was like the 60s and 70s, you know, when computations were first coming around, and it was loosely addressed in the Will Smith movie I, Robot. They didn't take a full accurate representation of it, you know, took a little creative license for it to fit it up to the plot line of the movie. But I swear, anything that has RNG, it knows what you're looking for, and it will not give you the thing that you're looking for. Exhibit A. When I was putting those beehives up, I got nothing but silkworms. Now that I'm looking for silkworms, yeah. And on top of that, not only am I looking for silkworms, but I've got 3 of the tier 2 beehives up, which will occasionally make bee larvae. So I never ever will need another bee larva as long as I live. And yet here we are. Well, on the upside, I've been using this opportunity to pick up a whole crapload of osmium. I'm definitely going to need that, I'm sure, once the updates start falling. Are you absolutely kidding me? You know, it'd be cool if the game was programmed to, like, look at your TI when adjusting the percentage chance of this. Because I know that it does when you're opening a chest. The blue and the gold chests, they have like kind of a loot stage, if you will. It's based on your TEI. You know, if you pop open a loot chest and it's the very beginning of the game, you might get like 1 or 2 iridium, maybe some uranium, but unlikely. you might get real lucky and get like a super alloy in it, and then you get a bunch of tier appropriate seeds, like some lermas or some crap like that. And then of course, later on in the game, you pop open a chest and you're at like 200 GTI, and the game's gonna give you like, oh, here's an osmium, here's a zeolite, here's something like that. So they're tiered to your TI level, and I kind of wish that this one was too. Like if you're at a low TI and you're trying to make stuff with the uncommons, it should be like an 80-20 split for bees. And then if you're in the 400 TI range, it should be like a 90-10 split for the silkworms. Because really all I'm doing right now is I'm putting up 2 silkworm generators, and I'm putting them up in the farm, basically, so it'll give access to the auto-crafters, just so that when I do come back for the next update, that I'll be able to just mass produce the fabric that I want for the higher end butterfly producers. Because I think they require 2 each, don't they? Yeah, a tier 2, a plastic nugget, and 2 fabric. So I'm just making 2 of the silk generators, and I've got them both hanging out up on top of there with all of my food growers and the farms and etc. And then when I'm done finishing up all of that action, we can just get on and finish up the last of the story bits. And I'll make sure to bring some food and some water with me, so we've got breathable atmosphere, so I'll really be able to take my time and get some of the reading done. And because for a single player, no antagonist, no hard fought war or battle or zombies or anything like that, the story and the lore and everything in this game is very impressive. Well, that just slid in there just about perfect, didn't it? Oh yeah, we already got silk generating too. And in fact, I'm just going to set you to that. Oh my god, I have nowhere to put anything. Alrighty, so we've got fabric slowly processing away. The 2 silk generators is going to help a lot with that. I mean, one is obviously going to just produce it at a rate that it can, just, go in the best it can, but, 2 of them, you should get some pretty reliable fabric. What the hell, maybe I'll do some decorating before I shut the recording off too. You know what, maybe I'll also show off the big one. I've got, obviously my hardcore playthrough, which deletes your save if you die, but I've got a regular normal mode. Like, it's not like, easy or casual or anything, it's just like the default stock settings. That I've been playing for, God, I don't know, maybe almost a year. And then every periodic so often I would come in just to, check for an update. And, if an update did happen, I would, oh, you forgot the damn keys, you frickin' idiot. Man, that's better than the time that you left out in Star Sand and had 9 of the explosive barrels and left 1 of them back at home. Beautiful, just absolute expertly done. But anyway, so yeah, I've got that one file that's just, it's been going forever. And the weird thing is I would sometimes use it as like background noise when I was working on something else. I just have it running and then I'd listen to the music. Because the music in this is just really cool. And of course, while it was running and I'm listening to the music, it is of course, and of course, while I've got it running and I'm just sitting there listening to the music, the TI was of course, continuing to increase as well. So I've got this one that's just ridiculous TI. The building is pretty outrageous too. Why does it feel like I'm missing something? Coming out here with 3 keys. That's right? I'm pretty sure it's 3 keys to get to the last piece. And the last bit of lore and the last bit of story. I think, right? I'm also dying to see if that gets turned into something. Because there's a lot of like flat land that doesn't have any resources in the ground. Basically, anytime you're in a spot that there's no resources in the ground, you're outside the map. So if you go over to that spot, you're technically off the map and outside of the play zone or whatever. But look at it, it's encased in mountains. It's got, defined features. It's not perfectly flat. Like, that to me looks like it should be something. Here we are. way, because this is ending, you know, it's ending, but I'm gonna put another one for an update. There's a poll that I posted on my community tab asking what game should replace this. So I had finished with Star Sand, and I just, made the decision to replace it with The Long Dark. But I just made the decision to replace it with The Long Dark. This one, though, I don't actually have a game picked out for it yet. So there's a poll up, and I gave, I think, 4 options of just games that I already have that I thought, people might enjoy and maybe haven't seen, or maybe have seen and want to see, from my weird perspective or whatever. I do have, it's been noted by a couple of people that were watching me and a lot of comments that I have a very analytical, break it down kind of nature. Like, I really dissect a game and really, really pick it apart, which, I just love video games. Alright, now there's always one that I forget in here. Well, apparently I don't need the water, so really should have remembered that, but whatever. Yeah, there's one that's up on top of this somewhere, and I always forget it. And there's also one that's like really out of the way. And then there's red herring stuff, like this, this whole walkway here. It lends itself to make you believe that there's going to be something here. And, obvious constructed tower stuff, but there's no ladder to climb. Like, I was expecting there to be a ladder, like you would just, activate it like you do the vines. Once the tree stage is reached, you just activate it like the vines. Here we go, here's one. And I have it. It's funny, I remember my first time walking through here. I was like, okay, I know that they said they're never gonna have, monsters and... What in the world? Why does it look like I should be able to drop down in there? Also, why does it look like if I do drop down in there that I'd be completely dead forever and stuck? Well, there's always F4. Alright, tell me that doesn't look like something. But anyway, I was like, okay, I know the developer said no monsters, no zombies, no fights, no alien critters that are gonna jump out of your chest and all this other stuff. For some reason, once I had first accessed this location, I was like, no. Something different is gonna happen. It had such a finality feel to it, Like, this is the end. I was like, okay, this is where rules are gonna get pushed aside for a second, or something like that. If I have to actually leave here because of food, I'm gonna be so annoyed with myself, especially since I can make the superfood and all I brought were 2 beans. So that's a lot on me. And see, the thing is, it's not just a crazy reward you get at the end of this. There should be some just on the floor larva that's supposed to be pretty rare. Right? Like there's I think it's like pickup only larva that should be in this place. And not just like the rares or something. I think there's like some golds, and I thought there was some unique ones. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. To be perfectly honest, it's been a while since I've been in here. Really just drinking the water bottles just to get them out of my freaking inventory. The place is a little bit of a labyrinth, and while I'm sure you could probably get here before O2 stage, would highly recommend against it. Like this place is real easy to get spun around in. See, why isn't that a ladder? Like, a couple places that they should have a ladder. Oh wait, crap, I think I missed that one on the ground level. That's fine, we gotta go back down anyway. I'm also gonna run myself out of food just because I'm jabbering and looking at all the cool stuff that's in here. Yeah, like, see, like that. Like, there's this vine here. I just felt like there was a couple of opportunities that, if they could make the vine work, then they should be able to make a ladder work, right? I just love so much about this, like the water wheel and just everything about the wardens is just very, very cool. And the last one should be right over yonder. Although I also kind of wonder, like, what are the, like, lores type stuff might be going, because this has like a really big final reward kind of feel to it, but there's still obviously at least 2 terraformation stages. Plus, at some point, we are going to have to escape, right? We're going to have to figure some way of getting off of here. Yeah, just what a story! Like what a story! I mean, I love survival games, especially first-person survival games. But a survival game that can incorporate a really compelling, really well-written story, that's going to draw me. It's going to draw me every single time, and I'm going to eat it hook, line, and sinker. It's just gorgeous. And then there's this, like... And the thing is, they likely could have easily developed technology to fight it off. I mean, they have that giant ball that can, crash ships, which is what all the ships around this planet are crashing into it for. That's why there's all these wrecks on this planet, is because that orb that was in the second one is making them all crash. So they easily could have developed the technology to make it not happen. I mean, they're clearly far more advanced than any other civilization in the neighborhood, and just unbelievable amounts of untold riches, including at least a couple of golden seeds, or golden butterfly, and golden seeds, actually. So, you're making top-tier flowers, and top-tier butterflies, and top-tier trees, and, But the thing is, most people are going to be getting to this location likely when they've, either finished the game or nearly finished the game, so... It just has me intrigued. Like, this was done before finalizing all of the tiers of the progression. So I can only imagine, what it's going to be like, post-story. The story is finished. And then, what are we going to have to do to get out of here? Like, that is what I'm just dying for, and I'm so completely looking forward to. Hopefully, sometime within the next couple of days here, we're going to get another big piece of the puzzle. I'm still going to bring all this stuff home, and then, yeah, what the hell, maybe I'll give you a tour of my bigger place. The really funny thing is, I think I just sort of instinctively made them similar. They're not identical, but they are very, very similar in layout and in construction. The other one is on probably a 50-fold magnitude of the size and scale and scope of it, but it's actually right in the exact same location, and it's like I said, it's got an eerily similar layout. I didn't really notice just how similar it was until I had logged in a day or two ago, just to kind of look at it. Although I will say it's not nearly as efficient as this one. All of my tier 3 extractors were put out in the actual mines and locations that they belong in. My auto crafter setup isn't nearly as efficient. Alrighty, so I just got everything all put away, and honestly, the only low point we have is the, well, okay, yeah, I could put out another heater, or 9. I have no interest or need to. But yeah, all the heat unlocks are done. All the unlocks actually across the board are done, including every blueprint chip. So really the only low point we've got is the insects, and with 3 of the tier 2 beehives over there, we can pretty much launch infinite rockets if I want to. And we've got the 2 fabric growers. Well, we've got the 2 silk generators upstairs that are within connection distance of the auto crafters, so we can make pretty much limitless fabric up here. which is going to get us, as many tier 2 butterfly generators as we want. And I've got butterfly larvae that I haven't even used yet, so once updates come, we'll just probably drop the hammer on any kind of insect-related stuff, and we'll get this hardcore mode probably finished up and buttoned up. Anyway, I'm just going to save it right here real quick, and then I'll just show you the big one. Alright, so the one was 480 GTI. This one is 660 TTI. Considerably bigger. Oh, I forgot that I have several labs here. Wait. Oh, no, I put the information screen here for some reason. I don't even remember why I did that. So as you can see, still similar with autocrafters hanging out in, centralized locations. Right, this one I had all of my lockers in here. I do have two. Right, I do have two of the autocrafters because I tried to get more creative with this one, with regards to the algae thing. So I've got lake water collectors and the algae spreaders. I think the thing's literally making just mutagen, or bacteria samples rather. This one has less of a footprint, I guess you'd say, but it it goes up. Now, I think the only reason I really did this was I was looking for more biomass, but I think I was kind of running out of real estate to make more trees. So, yeah, you can see we've got some pretty good elevation here. Wish it were lighter. Oh, yeah, and in this playthrough, I did have the presence of mind of, actually marking locations. Unlike, my hardcore playthrough where I could die at any second and, have my save deleted. Over here in the easy mode, I'm actually using my head, but yeah, okay, whatever. Well, no, it's not easy. It's like I said, normal. It's default settings. I'm looking out over all this, and I have no idea what half the crap that I put down over there is. I also think I have a very weird intermix of like 3s and 4s and 5s out there, which is very unlike me. Usually I tear everything down once it's no longer useful, just because of the power. And, the frame rate. I did make a little, cutesy, aesthetic-only house thing here. It's quite a bit better than my other one. I even put in, little area lights and stuff, but put in flower pots, because why the hell not? Oh. Yeah, I saved a few things. I didn't know. Alright, so once upon a time, you couldn't make the pulsar quartz. And they changed back and forth. Like, sometimes pulsar shards would have dropped, and you'd find them in chests and stuff, and then that was how you made them. You combined 9 of these, and it would give you a quartz. Then they adjusted it to, zeolite and osmium combinations and stuff like that. So I just sort of made this little shrine of things that I didn't know if they would get deleted or if they might not be available. So, I saw the super alloy rod and I'm like, oh, what if this gets taken out of the game? And, I made a fusion energy cell in case that got changed or something like that. So just a bunch of stuff that I saved just in case I didn't realize if it would always be permanently in the game. And I actually am really glad about that, because these are no longer in the game. So it's just like a little keepsake memento, that I've got on my shelf over here. And of course, this one does actually have a teleporter system. What have I set up? Osmium. Oh, weird. I guess I never upgraded these ones. I mean, not that I really need them. And then, of course, there's the osmium cave here. And yeah, the super should come as no surprise to anybody. Wow, are these really... What are these, tier 1s? Oh wait, no, these are the advanced ones. Okay. Yeah, it's been so long since I've been into this one. And of course, the mushroom one, I set up a little bit of an outcropping here. Wait, am I... Yes, I've got a tree spreader in the mushroom cave, because why not? And for some reason I put a teleporter in the sulfur cave, because I don't honestly know why. But yeah, you can see, like, I've got tree spreaders just literally everywhere. So I think I was just looking at biomass and, how to increase the biomass without having to get wider and wider, because the tree spreaders were just, they were getting so crazy. Yeah, these numbers are pretty much just off the... Whoop, don't look at that. I want to look at that in case nobody, or some people don't have that one unlocked. Yeah, the numbers are just belligerent. Oh, yeah, so that's where I was, is I was just crankifying the plants, crankifying the insects, because this one was just, I mean, it's done. It's just out of control done. And I may have gone just a little overboard on several things. Wait, so there really isn't a tier 2 gas extractor then, is there? I'm like, I completely must have made that up. Yeah, that's what this thing's doing. It's just bacteria samples. Just buckets and buckets of algae. Yeah, and you know what? I never went underneath a building on this one. Maybe that was the thing. Maybe that's what I screwed up. Yeah, so here's my little living quarters that I was just in. I gave it all sorts of skylighty action. I don't know why this one doesn't have one. I could probably have one. And there's the hour of tree bark. And each one has like a little, like a lobby almost, with those corner window bits there. So each one just has its own little unique thing. And they're all capped off with windows at the end too. Wait, did I miss a floor? Oh, it's gonna annoy the hell out of me now. And then, a farm of every one type here. I did go with extra on the eggplant. I think I was having the same issue of fertilizer. Wait a minute. Okay, so the mushroom... It's just... I know I've seen it like in 4 different locations here. The mushroom tree did exist before. Did I have like a different recipe or something? Oh yeah, I got so berserk on the algae that I started throwing them even in this pond over here. And then... Well, yeah, the inspiration for where to put those other drills, that wasn't, that didn't just occur to me. It was something that I had been doing for a while, as you can see here. But yeah, these are all tier 4s. I mean, realistically, I could definitely go through and just rip all of that down. There's completely no reason for it. Well, there's no reason for any of those either, but there they are. I don't know why I did that. Completely unnecessary, of course. And then just to, put them in the iridium cave because that's where the iridium is? I'm not sure what I was doing. And that's the view from the view that everybody knows, It's up here on top of the iridium cave. Like I said, it's a very similar layout, just, significantly larger in scope, I guess. You can see just a comedic level of butterflies out there. Each one of them is tier 2. They're all the reds, the blues, and the golds. So they're all like the maxed out kind of guys. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me in the tentative finale. Not like end finale, but, tentative finale of Planet Crafter. And as soon as I have a new update, and as soon as I have more information, I'm going to jump right back into that hardcore mode, and we're going to get going right into it. Alright, thank you so much for joining me in Planet Crafter, and I hope to see you in the next game, which you guys are going to be determining, and I hope to get a good turnout on the votes on there, and I hope that you guys enjoy whatever's coming next. 7. Thanks again. Bye.